Hello, everyone. My name is Stanley St. Rose, and today we're going to be talking about Fight Club by Chuck Palahniuk. Now, before I go into summary analysis of this work, please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and/or comment so that the channel can continue to grow. All right, so Fight Club is a very interesting work. It's like a mental war. There's so many things happening within this work. It's a lot to really go through and to understand. I mean, we have the narrator who has problems sleeping. His doctor can't figure out what's wrong with him. He has insomnia. He starts attending these meetings where people with life-ending diseases go. This is where he meets a girl by the name of Marla Singer. We learned that she is dying, or that, she might have breast cancer. She even asked the narrator to help her perform a breast exam, and they found some lumps that might suggest that she has cancer. This whole work it's so sad at times. It's like these people, they all have these problems about life and death, about identity, about their existence. I mean, the narrator can't sleep. He's not that satisfied with his life. His life is not that exciting. His job is not that exciting. And ultimately, he meets Tyler, and Tyler is himself. He is Tyler. So the narrator and Tyler are the same person. Everybody knows them as the same person. Marla, she knows them as the same person. But the narrator, it's like him and Tyler are different people. Like whenever he's asleep, Tyler comes out, which kind of makes this whole thing feels like a whole Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type of thing. So within the work, the narrator and Tyler are kind of like best friends, or it just like seemed like they were buddies. It's very strange. I mean, they create Fight Club, they create Project Mayhem, which is like Project Mayhem is like people are going against the status quo. They're destroying, attacking people, and they're prepared to go against the authorities. Fight Club, they started it just for people to just wail on each other, and these meetings where men and come out and beat the hell out of each other. Now it's almost like it's a critique on society when people are unhappy, when people are unsatisfied, when people find their lives to be boring, or the disillusionment of the dream of being happy, or because like everybody ultimately wants to be happy, wife, family, a good job that makes you happy, these types of things. But these people within this work, they're not they're not living that type of life. It's they're unhappy. They're not doing what they want to be doing. Their lives are mundane. It's like they just want a shot of adrenaline to feel alive again. And so Project Mayhem and Fight Club and everything just seems like this way to feel alive, to feel that they exist, and all these things. So the work goes on. We see, there's a relationship, a sexual relationship between Marla and Tyler. The narrator was jealous of this. This is before he understood that he was Tyler. They do a bunch of weird and messed up things. There's one point where Tyler's working at this like banquet where rich people are, and him and the narrator, or Tyler, he's like doing a bunch of nasty things to the people's foods and contaminating with his bodily fluids. It's a lot. Um, we see people who are loyal to the cause of Project Mayhem. We see him do all these types of things. I mean, the narrator ultimately, him and Tyler go to this building. There's explosives, and they're going to end it once and for all. But Tyler does a bad job at fixing and arranging the explosives. So ultimately, the narrator shoots himself in the face. So suicide, mental problems, mental issues, mental struggles, mental health. Marla's not doing good. She believes that she's dying with breast cancer. The narrator is not. He can't sleep, and there's the whole problem with Tyler and this fight club and the people who are joining and how it's spreading, and Project Mayhem, its meetings and how that's spreading. So it's kind of like this world that's rotting from within Fight Club. Ultimately, again, the narrator shoots himself in the face. Then he thinks he was in heaven for a while, but then he was just talking to a therapist, and then some people reaffirm him that, they're still all about Fight Club, they're still all about Project Mayhem, and the work kind of leaves us in a place of, well, Tyler is at the hospital or something. People still believe in the destruction and everything he started. And yeah, it's like it doesn't end like in the big resolve, a big solution to everybody's problems. In terms of deeper meaning here, in terms of analysis, there's a lot that's being done within this work. I mean, when we look at this work, it's kind of like people who are suffering from mental problems, the idea of that you might be dying, the idea that life is not what you expected it to be, the idea that you're not where you thought you were going to be, the idea that there are things out there that you can't control. Marla's dying. Her breast cancer, it's like there's nothing she can do about that. The narrator and Tyler, their relationship is, well, it brought the narrator to suicide, so that is, very ugly. And all the different types of people of all backgrounds that are joining Fight Club and fighting each other, and the people who are joining Project Mayhem and how it's spreading throughout the country. It says a lot about, people in a society that feel like they're not fulfilled, that feel like they haven't reached their potential, that they're unhappy with their lives, and they just want to find a way to escape, a way to, find some adrenaline. And some people, even in our world, in our reality, in the real world, people use drugs and all types of different things to get their adrenaline pumping so that they can feel alive, so that they can feel good. But ultimately, that doesn't always lead you to a happy ending. It just oftentimes just leads you to more sadness and unhappiness. So that's the work. That's all I had to say about it. Please remember to leave a like, subscribe, and or comment. And I'll see you guys in the next video.